Hey, YouTube. Gross. So I'm going to start doing, I'm saying gross because I don't know. I think YouTube, I don't know. I don't know why that's gross. Anyway, hi. You're looking at my channel, so you know I'm Michael Harren. I have a goal for myself this year to do more YouTube videos and also just try to stay more present here. On my podcast this week at MikeyPod.com, I talked to Brett Gleason. He's a musician that I know, and he's also very inspiring to me in the way that he does his thing. We talked a lot, especially on our bonus podcast for patrons only, patreon.com/Michael Harren, about him sort of allowing himself to be the type of artist he was instead of feeling sort of shame or embarrassed or depressed about not being the kind of artist that has a huge audience. That's my summarization of what he said and sort of, I think, my internalization of it. So one of the things, like, I have some specific things I'm going to be doing on YouTube this year. In the meantime, I'm challenging myself to just do this. I just turned on the camera, and I'm so hashtag blessed to be in this space that I have now. I have a workspace. You know, this is making me feel a little uncomfortable, where I can just leave my camera set up at all times. I have like my music gear set up so I can make music at all times. And it's this room just for this, so this is so great, especially in New York City. But I'm just challenging myself to, like, once a week put up some kind of video. And I don't know what my videos are gonna look like. I have some ideas, like here are the things that are like solid. I'm doing a cover series, piano vocal stuff. I'm going to my friend Bennett. He's my friend now, but he's also like, he records, and he's been the engineer for all the string, vocal, and piano recordings for my albums, the Tentative Armor and The Animal Show. But I'm gonna go in, I'm really inspired by this series that Bon Iver did, sitting at the piano, just singing in the studio and being filmed. So John Andrew Morrison is a videographer. He's gonna be joining me this month at Benny's Wash and Dry, where I'm going to sit at the piano and record at least 2 covers that I'm going to release over the course of the next couple of months on YouTube. And if the recordings come out as nice as I hope they will, I'm also going to release them as singles. So yeah, it's in a marketing way. Doing this type of thing is really good for getting people to see my work. And I'm choosing songs that are specifically, well, one of them is not that well known, but it's well known enough so that people might be searching for it, but there aren't a lot of covers, so they're likely to come across mine, and the artist who made this, whose song it is, does music similar to mine, so people who are going to be looking for that person's songs covered would be likely to also like my work. So that's happening. That's going to be some solid, like, produced YouTube videos. Also, I've been wanting for the last year or so to do little like tiny little documentaries, like, and I want to explore it. If you go back a couple videos, there's one that I did of a silent vigil we did at the Canada Goose store last winter, and it's that type of thing. Not a lot of narration. In this video, there's no music, no narration at all. It's just images, and I tried to tell the story just by showing these images. I'm not a filmmaker. Well, I guess I am a filmmaker now, but I'm not trained, and I really, the reason I mentioned Brett is that I feel inspired by him to explore making films and just doing it and just finding out what kind of artist I am in that way. And the only way I'm going to do that is by doing it. So that's coming up. Those are my YouTube things. If you're watching this because you like my other work, like perhaps my zines, which I don't have one nearby, the last year I released 2 zines. Each one was a little hand-folded, hand-bound thing I released only to patrons because the stories were pretty intimate, even by my standards. So I didn't want to just post it on the internet somewhere. So I did 2 of these, and each one came with a music download that accompanied the story. I'm going to do those quarterly, like officially quarterly now. So there are going to be 4 of them a year. They're only going to go out to patrons. And yeah, but I'm very excited about that. It feels like a fun thing. So I have to make 4 stories and 4 zines, and Luke at bdstudios.com will be designing them like he did the last 2. It's a really cool collaboration I have there. The podcast is continuing, bonus podcasts for patrons. I'm trying to go through this fast. I guess there's really no reason to. I'm looking at this whiteboard. I put a whiteboard up on my wall in my studio. That's really helping me stay focused. So if you see me looking this way, it's because I'm looking to see what's happening. So let me run down some other things that are happening. I'm working on a little summer tour where I'm going to go to sanctuaries and start performing the animal show again at sanctuaries as fundraisers for the sanctuaries. So I have one lined up. I need to solidify the date. And then a couple others in the works. It's going to be a little quick thing. So that's happening. What else is going to be? Podcasts happening. Podcasts. Tell me if they're especially artists, activist artists, people who use their work in some way as activism or who are trying to, move social justice forward with their artwork. Those are the type of people I would love to talk to. If you've got ideas for that, you can send me an email at mikeypod@gmail.com. Okay, yeah, so these little, I think I talked about everything, the zines. Yeah, so that's what's coming up. I'm gonna keep doing these. Who knows what I'm gonna put up, but I'm challenging myself to put up some type of video. What is this, Thursday? Do you like the way I looked at my watch as if I didn't know already it was Thursday? What is this, Thursday? So I'm going to put something up every Thursday, some kind of video. I don't know what it's going to be. It could be one of these things that I just talked about. It could be some other thing. There's a guy in my neighborhood who I've been interested. He does, I don't want to tell you, but he's a really interesting guy who so there's that. There are a couple of other little things that I'd like to make videos of. So that's it. I just wanted to jump in, throw some life onto this YouTube channel. If you're interested in the type of work I make, just so you know, if this is your first time to see me and you have no idea who I am a composer, pianist, electronic musician, storyteller. I made a show called The Animal Show in residence at an animal sanctuary called Tamerlane Farm Animal Sanctuary in New Jersey. And now I tour with this show. It's been a while, but I'm going to start rolling it again. I have a book and an album based on that show called The Animal Book and The Animal Album. All of that stuff you can just check out at michaelharren.com. Thanks for watching this video, and I look forward to sharing some experimentation with you here. Whoa, how's that for experimentation?